Do you ever wonder, when can my baby finally sleep through the night? I know, it's the million-dollar question. Hi there, I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell. I'm a chiropractor by training, but found my passion empowering parents to teach their little ones to sleep and parent confidently day and night. Don't forget to click subscribe to never miss a baby sleep tip. Okay, let's talk about when can my baby sleep through the night? This is such a loaded question. People have wildly different definitions about what that even means to them. What is sleeping through the night? In the newborn stage, people often refer to sleeping through the night as a 6-hour stretch of time. Sounds pretty good. After 4 months, people have wildly different definitions. Some people consider sleeping through the night as roughly 10 hours, maybe eating once, going back to sleep after that period. Other people consider it, they slept 7 to 7 and I fed them 3 times. She slept through the night. At Helping Babies Sleep, with the Helping Babies Sleep method, we refer to sleeping through the night as 4 months and older, 11 hours or more, with no night feedings. Now, I'm not saying that's possible necessarily at 4 months for everyone, but what I'm saying is sleeping through the night to me means you don't wake up, you don't need to eat, you don't really need to be attended to. And when does this magical period happen? It varies and it depends. Okay, not the answer that you were hoping to hear. Everybody loves black and white, but there are some different factors that we want to consider for each person because we don't want to give you unrealistic expectations, right? So here's what you're thinking about. Is your baby bottle fed, formula fed, or exclusively breastfed? Because there is a difference. Why is that? Part of it has to do with measurement. When you have a bottle-fed baby, that gives you a lot more confidence that your child can go longer periods in the night, right? You can calculate how many ounces they've had before bedtime to say to yourself, okay, they only need one feed that's 4 ounces to the night, so I know how I'm going to respond to any other night waking. The other thing is that formula has a longer transit time, so it basically makes a baby's stomach feel fuller for a longer period. Just to clarify though, it's not the thing that will help your baby sleep through the night if they don't have good self-soothing skills, which is something I talk about in another video. I work with 9-month-olds who eat 3 times a night on formula, so it's not the only thing, but it is a variable that we do consider. Let me give you a very general guideline, okay? If you are breastfeeding, on average, it takes until about 8 or 9 months of age when you have 3 meals and 2 solids well established before your child can sleep 11 plus hours without waking up to eat. If you're formula fed, that's much earlier because again, you control the ounces during the day and it has that more filling feeling. So for formula fed babies, exclusively formula, I've worked with kids as early as 4 months. I'd say 5 months is pretty average. If you have a little mix of things, I've definitely had exclusively breastfed kiddos that have, well, I guess they're not exclusively breastfed. They have 1 bottle of formula at bedtime and they can sleep through the night. Okay, 11 hours without eating. So it really does vary. It depends if you're breastfeeding. Do you have good milk supply? Do you have good milk storage capacity? Are you working outside of the home during the day and having to pump? All those things impact your kiddo's nighttime sleep. One reminder, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's all about figuring out what works for you and your little person. And how well your baby sleeps is not a measure of how good of a parent you are. You just haven't figured out what works for your family as of yet. Quick summary, when can my kiddo sleep through the night? 11 hours without eating. Most kids probably around 8 or 9 months if they're breastfed, and if they're formula fed, somewhere around 5 months. Is there outliers on either end? Yes, there are. But I would say on average, after 5 months of age, most kids don't need to eat more than once in the night. More feeding than that is usually a feeding of comfort, and that you've slowly shifted some of your calories from the daytime into the nighttime. If you're looking for more step-by-step instructions on how to help your baby sleep through the night, you can check out my book on Amazon. It's the Helping Babies Sleep Method, the art and science of teaching your baby to sleep. And the link is in the bio. And don't forget to hit subscribe to never miss a baby sleep tip.